Hi, this is Nick Van Weerdenburg. I'm an enterprise product lifecycle management architect and consultant, and I'm doing today's session, PLM ROI Secrets. Learn how much money you can save by spending the right amount on your PLM solution. Now, this is both a fairly straightforward process, but it's also something that requires an understanding of PLM solutions and how they're implemented and how they're being sort of implemented across the apparel industry. So I'm going to be weaving together a bit of a story talking about what the apparel industry is doing, what kind of best practices fit for a PLM implementation in the apparel industry, and how you can take that information along with your own business models and your own business strategy and come up with a simple yet very effective ROI for your company. So just some quick introductions. My name's Nick Van Weerdenburg. I have 11 years PLM experience. I'm a PLM solution architect. I've done work at Nike, Limited Brands, Fila and Nordstrom, and a number of other apparel and footwear companies, as well as consumer product good companies, and high-tech, aerospace, automotive, just a variety of different industries. But the bulk of my large-scale PLM implementation experience was with large apparel, footwear, and consumer goods companies. I've also worked in product quality and risk management, and so I take those principles into my sort of PLM thinking. And I've been doing this for a long time. I did my first apparel PLM projects back in 1999, so that was 10 years ago. And so I've seen the entire evolution of PLM in the apparel industry from its early start as PDM systems that were independent of the PLM systems that were independent of the apparel industry, and point solutions for doing sort of departmental scale measurements and different apparel type data management activities. I'm presenting today basically at the invitation of BM Technologies, which is a PLM consulting company. I've partnered with them before and worked with them many times over the last 11 years. They're a full system integrator for PLM and ERP and CRM, and they have strong relations with the Chinese market. And the principal that I've worked with is Linley Chow. If you go looking for sort of more information after this presentation, there is a BM Technologies booth that I will be participating in. And there's more contact information at the end of the presentation. So, the industry consensus in 2009, this is a pretty important and a pretty stunning slide actually. Apparel PLM is a competitive necessity according to 80% of the respondents to a survey done by AMR Research and Apparel Magazine. Package applications are the way to go, 70% said that. Budget sizes stayed the same, which is quite stunning considering the economic situation. However, allocation has changed, and there's emphasis on a shorter ROI in the near term, and that's a critical consideration that we'll discuss at length, and it has a lot of ramifications on how you put together your ROI. So let's step back, and so PLM is a strategic necessity, but why is it a strategic necessity? And here are some of the key values that are driving the adoption in the apparel, footwear, and consumer goods industry. Faster time to market. I say time to market, but also to channel, because it's important to think in terms of channel strategies as well. And also, depending on the type of company you are, you're really thinking in terms of channels or markets or retailers or your own sort of direct retail environment. Better fit to market. So how well are your products being positioned in the market, and are you going to see the benefit from a profit and a sell-through perspective from that? One of my favorites is better flow to markets, because you can talk about a fit to market for an individual product, and you can talk about time to market, but how many of a type of product are you flowing into the market, and are they going to be the same across all sort of points of contact with the consumer? And what does your channel think of that? So the ability to offer exclusivity to specific retailers or particular channels is very powerful, and that's been used to great